Hello, all my beautiful souls, and welcome back to Sunrise Tarot. My name is Leah, and today I'm doing a reading for the beautiful sign of Aries for the mid-September time period. I hope all my Aries friends are doing wonderful. Please let me know in the comment section how the month of September has started out for you. It will help me connect with your energies, and also I just really enjoy reading feedback as well. As you know, this is a general reading, so there will be parts that do not resonate with you. Only take the parts that do resonate and leave the rest for someone else. I've already meditated on the cards, I've already shuffled the cards, and this is a spread that I have for you today, dear Aries. In the past position, we have the Seven of Cups, clarified by the Moon. In the challenging position, we have the Six of Wands, clarified by the Page of Swords. In the present position, we have the Hermit, clarified by the Five of Swords. And in the future outcome position, we've got Six of Swords, clarified by Justice. Very interesting spread. Let's get right into it. In the past position, we do have the card of Seven of Cups, which is a card of having many different choices and opportunities being presented to you. It does look like in the past you spent some time trying to figure out which opportunity to pursue because you were really kind of not sure. The Seven of Cups is a card that gives us so many different options, and we start to lose ourselves in fantasy and daydreaming because we start to imagine reality better than it really is. So definitely the Seven of Cups is a card of a little bit of daydreaming and a little bit of illusions as well. It generally appears when we're feeling a little bit emotionally empty, if you will, and so we start pursuing these different opportunities to make our connections, our relationships better, or situations in our life better, depending on everyone's individual situation. Now, the Seven of Cups here is clarified by the Moon, which is definitely a card of secrets. When you see the Moon, which is a major arcana card, appear in a reading, definitely there's something hidden from view, because as we know, when you come out at night, you can't really see that well, so you rely on your other instincts. You rely on hearing, on smelling, on touching, and that helps you develop actually your inner voice and your intuition, a lot better, because you are using other senses rather than, your vision, which is something that helps us determine everything quite quickly. Now, in the past position, you do have the Seven of Cups clarified by the Moon, which tells me that, the choices that you did make in the past weren't really grounded in seeing things clearly, and as a result, that may have, taken you off of the path of pursuing your goals and your dreams. And so, as a result, there's no wrong kind of path, if you will, because everything gives us experience and knowledge. So you definitely, you really figured out what works for you and what doesn't work for you based on the things that you pursued in the past. Based on the choices that you've made in the past, you were really able to figure out what are the goals and the dreams that are most important to you, and that has put you on the right path going forward, dear Aries. Now, in the challenging position, we have the Six of Wands, which is a great card because it's a card of victory. But when we have it in the challenging position, definitely means that victory that you've been expecting is actually not really coming. It may be delayed by forces outside of your control. Like when you have the Six of Wands in the challenging position, the recognition and the kind of rewards that you may have been expecting are, slow in coming. And as a result, that may have created some doubt in your mind. Like, have I done, something wrong? Am I on the wrong path? And that is quite actually normal, to experience that type of disappointment, because, when you have the Six of Wands in the challenging position, it's generally saying you're allowing other people to get into your head. And that is why it is important to meditate throughout the middle of September, because when you meditate, you allow the white noise of other people's opinions, of news, of, whatever else may be going on around you to stay out of your head, because the goal is to pursue a strong inner inner voice, to pursue strong intuition, and to, most of all, to stay in your frame, to stay grounded. You stay in your frame when you feel energy in your stomach, when you feel energy in your abdomen, when you feel energy in that area of your body. That is when you are staying in your own frame and you're able to move forward closer towards your goals and towards your dreams. When you allow too much thinking and rumination of the thoughts to happen in your head, when you allow energy to stay in your head rather than your chest, rather than your abdomen, then you start to get into kind of get in your own way, if you will. We do see that the Six of Wands here is clarified by the Page of Swords. Pages, of course, are messengers, and when you have the Page of Swords in the challenging position, it could mean that there is some challenging news that may be kind of coming to you around the middle of September. Pages, when they appear in the challenging position, especially the Page of Swords, could also mean there's a little bit of deception happening around you. There may be some manipulation that you are not seeing. There may be someone around you that is kind of, creating conflict behind your back, creating some disagreements with people that are around you. And as a result, that is why we have the Hermit in the present position, because you are taking some time out to think. The Hermit, he is all about taking time for yourself in order to contemplate everything that is happening in your relationships, everything that is happening in situations around you. He likes to kind of create some alone time for himself in order to reflect on different things that are happening and to analyze what no longer serves him, what needs to be let go, because ultimately the Hermit is a searcher of truth. He wants to find what makes him happy. He wants to find the wisdom that he can live by and that he can teach other people as well. So generally, when you have the Hermit in the present position, expect to spend some alone time around the middle of September in order to reconnect with yourself, reconnect with your thoughts, reconnect with your emotions, to see how you're feeling regarding different things in your personal life, in your professional life, regarding emotions and how those emotions connect to relationships in your life, and what no longer serves a purpose, because clearly we do see that the Hermit here is clarified by the Five of Swords. And the Five of Swords is a card of conflict. We see several people, two of them are actually walking away, turning their back to a conflict, to a disagreement, and walking towards water in order to heal themselves, in order to heal the emotions after the disagreement that has happened. So definitely don't expect people around the middle of September to be super understanding, super supportive around you, and that is why you want to have some alone time so you can use that time wisely to recharge, to figure out what is important to you, because as our life progresses, things change and our priorities change and our relationships change. So definitely it's important to reflect on different disagreements as well as agreements that may be happening in our life. But you are searching for the truth around the middle of September, and you're really kind of analyzing things that no longer work for you and what needs to be let go of, so that new things can come into your life, so that new relationships can bring new happiness, or the relationships that are important to you can become even deeper and develop into a stronger bond as well. Now in the future outcome position, we do have the Six of Swords, which is a card of moving from a difficult situation to a lighter situation, a better, calmer situation where you are feeling more in tune with yourself. We do see that in the Six of Swords, there's the main person with these two other people in the boat. So you do have people who are very supportive over you, dear Aries, and who are going to go with you no matter what. Friends that are super supportive, or family members that are super supportive. You are moving towards better times, towards better situations, towards better relationships, because you had this time to think and reflect and let go of what no longer serves you. And as a result, you have this incredible, powerful Justice, which is a major arcana card in the clarifying position. Justice is all about universe recalibrating itself and righting all wrongs. So things that have been unfair, like the Six of Wands here in the challenging position, where you didn't get the recognition that you deserved, where you weren't appreciated for the achievement that you completed. Justice kind of rights all those things, and she makes sure that everything that you've been overlooked for comes back to you, because ultimately we know that what is yours cannot be taken away from you. The universe will make sure that the rewards and the accomplishments and the recognition does come back to you, because that is what it does. The universe creates that balance between opposing elements, as we know. Sometimes when we have the Justice card in the future outcome position, it could mean that there's going to have to be a decision that you're going to make towards the end of September. Let's see what we can clarify with the two energy oracle cards and see if we can shed some light on that decision that you will need to make towards the end of September. And the two energy oracle cards have the Thinking Woman and Patience. The Thinking Woman is a card that shows us a woman holding a book, standing before a staircase, ready to lead you to higher understanding. This woman could be a friend who helps you express and understand your feelings, or she could be a teacher brought to your life at this time to take a new direction. This could also be a new love interest with a woman who is thoughtful, conscious, and aware. Or, like the Thinking Man, this card could represent a side of yourself that's ready to blossom and bring clarity and assistance to the world. If so, find your voice and let your wisdom shine. And the affirmation for this card is, I open my mind and heart to my own inner wisdom. I am thoughtful, I am focused, and I am clear. And of course, the Patience card, no one likes to get the Patience card because we are conditioned to want immediate gratification. We're conditioned to get everything as soon as possible. So definitely patience means that you are going to have to let go of some desperation and allow things to unravel in its due time, to allow things to just play out as they will. This card shows a beautiful angel holding a clock in the stillness of winter. Her quiet, peaceful energy is telling you that it's time to release the old urgency and to look at things with a much clearer perspective. When this card shows up, it's telling you to relax and let go of the single-minded desperation that's been driving you. Don't try to force your will on one option. When you think there's only one choice to satisfy your need or to make you happy, you're blocking many other potential solutions from coming your way. Let go of the anxiety and be flexible, be patient, be open, be creative. Choose to be peaceful. The universe has more options that you may be aware of. So quiet your mind, broaden your perspective, and let those options come through. And let's see what we can clarify with the Shaman's Dream Oracle card that I also pulled. And we have this incredible Magician's Sword. Confidence in your magic. When the Magician's Sword appears, you are called to cut the cords that bind you to old thought forms and beliefs, or to friends who are not true. With the power of the Magician's Sword, nothing can stop you, nothing can hurt you, and nothing can turn you away from the beauty you seek or the goal you desire with all your heart. The sword is a tool, it is not a weapon, so make sure you wield it wisely and for the greater good. Find the stuck places where you are are kept tethered to a toxic person? Is there a particular location that is toxic that you continually going back to? Is there a toxic situation that you continually find yourself in? Is there a toxic thought that occurs in your mind? Whatever that negative thing may be, it's important to cut yourself away from it, to create distance between yourself and that toxic situation or that person or that thought. Sometimes toxic thoughts definitely bring about negative manifestations into our life. So again, meditating is very important because it allows you to observe your thoughts. And when you do it long enough and you train your mind hard enough, you then realize that there's a point where you reach where you're no longer controlled by your thoughts, where you're no longer controlled by your emotions. When you feel so grounded, when you feel so in your own frame that you truly enjoy life just being, when you just allow yourself to be and to unravel, and for the universe to unravel around you, then you start to see incredible positive changes around you as well. Definitely when the Magician's Sword appears, it is time to get moving. What this card particularly is calling on you is to act. If there's something that doesn't serve you, act. If there's something that is making you feel down, act. The time to act is now, and it's a really, really beautiful card, dear Aries. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for visiting my channel, and I will see you next time.